So the other day, I was on TikTok. Now, I was not on TikTok at all. I just got on TikTok. I haven't even done anything. People kept telling me, you got to get on TikTok. It's the wave of the future. So I was like, okay, I'll get on TikTok. But when I was on TikTok, I found someone called Astrology by Mari. He's I don't know, I think he's African American, and he's very young, but he is hysterical. And I love when he talks about the signs. He's very general because obviously the signs are general, but he's hysterical. And I love what he has to say. So he had this one video about Aquarius, and this video had me in stitches. I was cracking up, okay? He was so right about this. And I have got to show this to you guys because let me tell you, I kept trying to find it just to, to share it in the community section, and I could not find the link to it. I found it in a private group and I couldn't find the link directly to the video, right? So I was like, you know what? I have got to tell them about this. So I found it in the private group, took it to my voice recorder and translated, put it in it from voice to text. So I'm going to read it to you so you can hear this, and I'm going to explain this to you, and we're going to laugh together. Okay? My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody that you know. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, please email me or hit me up on social media. All my information is underneath this video. Okay, so let's check this out. All right, let me see. Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to read it to you. It's about a paragraph long, but wait till y'all hear this. Okay, again, this is Astrology by Mari. He said, a zodiac sign that looks like they will break your heart because they will is Aquarius. Because Aquarius doesn't have feelings, they have thoughts, and they thought they were in love with you, but come to find out they were wrong. Let me see, hold up. But come to find out the Aquarius thought wrong, and they fell out of love because that was just a thought. The Aquarius mind is an enigma. They like to think that they want you. They like to think that you are a good addition to their life. They like to think that you are someone they see themselves around forever. But all it takes is one thought of an error that you do. Maybe you snore when you sleep. It can be the littlest things for Aquarius to be like, oh, and the next thing you know, you're out on the street. Aquarius will definitely give you their condolences and put in a good recommendation for you, but it's not going to stop them from closing the door in your face and going back to bed. You guys can be like 10 years in. They're always open to having the conversation about it, even though they're not going to budge. But they would love to hear what you think. So this is exactly what he said in this TikTok, and I was cracking the fuck up, okay? And the reason why I was laughing at this is because I've experienced this. I've done this. I have done this, and it wasn't my fault. Let me explain. It's not the Aquarius's fault. I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to go through each section of this and explain why it's not my fault. The first part, he says that they will break your heart. Aquarius will break your heart. But if something like this happens, okay, fine, I got that, okay, but it's not on purpose to break your heart. Aquarius is not, purposely trying to break your heart. It's just that many of us, once our peace is violated, you gotta go. I don't care how much I love you. Once my peace, once my tranquility, once my emotional health has been compromised, you have to go no matter what. So that's number one. It's not to hurt the person. It's because self-preservation is key. You need to put yourself first too. The next one says, Aquarius doesn't have feelings, they have thoughts. Aquarius has thoughts and feelings just like anybody else in the zodiac. The only difference is that Aquarius controls our emotions. We are mostly logical and we have a very good handle on our emotions. Now, this isn't all of us, but many of us have a good handle. And it also depends on what the emotion is. Because when I was younger, I did not have a good handle on anger. I didn't have a good handle on frustration either, but I could tuck sadness easily. You know, I could push through sadness. I could push through that kind of thing. But if I got angry, once the dragon came out, I couldn't even control the dragon. It took me years of like learning anger management techniques to control my temper. So yes, we do have feelings, but we just know how to hide them, how to suppress them as well. All right, so they thought they felt they were in love with you, but they're not. Okay, so yeah, let me tell you, some of y'all heard this story. I used to mess with this Cancer. This was like 6 or 7 years ago. This was the last person I dated. This person exhausted me to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't even want sex. I'm good, you know. I'm good, you know. I had enough of it. That I'm good, you know. That's how exhausted just dealing with this person was emotionally, right? So I'll never forget when we broke up the last time, because we broke up twice. I saw her for 3 months 1 year, broke up with her. Saw her for 3 months the next year, and then she broke up with me because I just was ghosting her. Yeah, I didn't break up with her. I just was like, oh, I'm busy. Can't call you. Okay, see you tomorrow. You know, I just did that for like 2 or 3 days, and she was like, nah, I can feel this. So the thing that I was going to tell you about this is that when we broke up that last time, she said to me, you told me you loved me. And I was like, I did? I didn't even remember saying that. And if she didn't have the screenshot, I wouldn't have believed her. Okay? She sent me a screenshot where I did say that. So at some point in time, I was feeling it, but I wasn't feeling it no more. Now, according to him, it's because they were thoughts and not feelings. Well, no, I don't think that's true. I do think it was a thought, but I don't think it was love. I think it was infatuation, trauma bonding. It was something else. I don't know what it was. Obsession? I don't know. But I was feeling something else very strongly for her at that moment. And I did not feel it no more. And I couldn't even believe I ever had. So when she said that to me, I thought she was lying until she sent the screenshot. So that's why when he said this, I bust out laughing, because I've experienced the exact same thing. I thought I was in love, but I fell out of it when she started getting on my nerves, okay? So I 100% agree with him. He is 100% right. And she's right. And there's another thing he said here. He said, an error that you do. Maybe you snore when you sleep. It's the littlest thing. That's not true. It's not a little thing. It might seem like a little thing to other people, but for Aquarius to completely cut you off, it's a big thing to us. It's one of our pet peeves or something. I cut her off because she was exhausting me. She was emotionally unhealthy. She was draining, and she was an alcoholic. That is not the littlest thing. Okay? If I go back to any of the people that I've ever been with, it's always been something. If I walked away from them, if I left them alone, it wasn't a little thing to me. Okay? Now, I don't know if alcoholism is a little thing to you, but it wasn't a little thing to me. So that's another thing. I don't think it's always little things. I think it can be a little thing, because I've heard Aquarius say, you know, but it's usually a little thing that's a pet peeve. If it's a pet peeve, to me, that's a big thing, because that means you have to now live with your pet peeve, and that's a problem. So to me, I dispute if it's a little thing or not. All right, now let me see. And then he said that the Aquarius will leave you out on the cold. I like that part where he said they will definitely give you their condolences and put in a good recommendation. Kind of like when you get fired from a job and they're like, you know, we just want you to leave and we don't want no beef. You know, I agree with that too. Aquarius, in the end of a relationship, if there's not a fight, an argument or anything, Aquarius does tend to be very polite and cordial and okay, well, you know, all right, it's over, it's okay. We don't want no drama. We don't want to have to go through the arguments and crazy stuff with you. So we do have that tendency to want to dismount like that. I agree with that. He said they close the door and go back to bed. Yeah, go back to my peace. Got rid of you, bugging me, and now I'm going back to bed, you know? So I agree with that too, 100%. He had me cracking up with this. I was hysterical. Then he said it could be 10 years in. I don't care how long it is. If you start tripping and just disrupting my peace, yeah. 10 years in, yeah. Heck yeah. 10 years, 15, 20. If you start tripping, you gotta go. And he said they're always open to having a conversation about it, but they're not going to budge. But love to hear what you think. That is true. We will listen. I'll listen. You know, the other day, one of my ex-entanglements emailed me early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it was clear to me that something was bothering him, you know. So I was like, you know, you want to talk? What's up? You know, I was very open. I'm not going to budge. You know, I'm not getting in. I stopped dealing with this person because I don't think this person cares about me. Period, point blank. You know, I don't think this person loves me. And for me, that's a problem. I'm not pouring into somebody I don't think cares about me. But I can listen to what you have to say. I mean, why not? I'll listen to what you have to say, especially if you're somebody who's asking for closure. I totally believe in giving a person closure whenever possible. So if we didn't have a nasty, break, which we did have a pretty big argument, but we buried the hatchet. So if he had something to say, I was more than open to listening to what he had to say. Now, mind you, he didn't. He said what he said and I moved on, but I let him know, like, if you got something to say, I'll listen. And that is true about the Aquarius. No, we're not going to budge on how we felt, whatever the case was, but I'll listen to what you have to say and give you closure if that's what you need. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But according to him, he's like, the way he said it just had me cracking up. So if you want to check him out, again, his name is Astrology by Mari on TikTok, and he's really funny. And he doesn't just do Aquarius, he does all the signs. But the stuff he says about Aquarius cracks me up. The stuff he says about Aquarius makes me think that he must have either dated or known an Aquarius that apparently ghosted him or, cut him off. Or maybe he just knows Aquarius that are like that. Because the stuff that he says is stuff that I have seriously experienced. So I'm like, spot on. I love that. He's really funny. Now we're going to look at some positive comments. The first one is from Tarot Roulette. Tarot Roulette said, thank you so much for showing this. Oh, this was a Journey into Egypt Tarot. Thank you so much for showing this. I've been digging deep back into a lot of things I've collected over the years. I had a great time at school venturing into this topic. This would have to be one of the best decks I've seen with images about Egypt. I agree. I have one called the Nefertari Tarot. That's really beautiful. It has gold foiling on it. But as far as people are concerned, this is the best one. I agree with you. Great images. And the Egyptians are actually black. Like they really would have been. Egypt is no way in God. I'm not even gonna get into it. If you live in the desert, you're gonna be at least tanned. Okay, so you see that in the images. There are different shades of brown. Some real light, just how black people are. Some of us are really light. Some of us are really dark. It's a nice little little combination of everything, and it is one of the best. I agree. This message is from Asia Flinner. Asia said, let me see. She said, I overthink that someone is going to hurt me. We were talking about how Aquarius have the tendency to overthink. And Asia said this is somebody going to hurt her is one of hers. Asia, somebody is going to hurt you. I mean, that's really just the bottom line. In life, people are going to hurt you. Sometimes not even on purpose. A lot of Aquarius struggle with this. I struggle with this. Sometimes I still do. But I just have accepted that sometimes sometimes dealing with people is painful. You guys remember I was talking about the hedgehog theory. I've talked about this 4 or 5 times. And this theory is that hedgehogs have these little prickly things on their body, like a porcupine. And they want to be close to each other, but they can only get so close to each other before they stab each other with their prickly parts. And to me, that's what it's like being in relationships with people. And a lot of Aquarius agree with me about this. This is why so many of us are loners. Whenever you get close to people, you run the risk of them stabbing you with their prickly parts. And that is life. Such is life, you know. The only thing you can do is deal with them or not, you know. So Asia's very young, guys. So please, if you have any advice for what she can do about that, please tell her in the comment section, because I love to hear it too. I'm 40, almost 46. I'll be 46 on February 13th, and I still want to hear it too. But I really feel like that's life. I feel like that's what it is to deal with people. And you just have to be really careful with who you deal with. And when they do hurt you, you have to address it and you have to deal with it. Some of the times it means not messing with them. Some of the times it means forgiving. Some of the times it means talking through it. It's a whole bunch of different things that could possibly mean. And it's going to be different every time. But I don't allow it to stop me from dealing with people. Maybe I don't deal with as many, you know, but I still connect with people. I think connection is really important. All right, it looks like we're done. Those are positive comments. So you guys come back soon, because I got a lot more to say. See you later.